Oh, well, hello there. Just organizing myself for the drive home. I just wanted to show you that wall again, to be honest. Thought some of you might have missed it since the live this morning. Oh, shit, I forgot there's a big pole behind me, so I'm just going to do a 3 point. Well, the whole point of this live is Australia and the COVIDs. I think most of the batshits are way asleep, so interesting to see if anyone joins me after my crazy live this morning. I can't wait to get home and read the comments. It was hilarious. Hilarious. Hey, Blue. Blue, oh my God, my live this morning. I don't know if you came in or not. I couldn't keep up with chat. It was out of control. It was hilarious. I had all kinds of people from all different sides and communities converge on my drive into town. But the point of this live, well, we'll talk about the batshits in a minute. I called them all batshits. Oh, Blue, oh my God, you would have loved it. Hey, Jamie. What guy, Glenn Anderson? You'll have to fill me in on that. But of course, I am driving, so yeah. Honestly, Blue, it'll crack you up so much. I did a live because I saw Drama Vault put something on their community page saying they were quitting, they were over it, it was too toxic. So I did a here Drama Vault, but I also think, like I said the other day, it's shit's tubes and it's where we live and we're all welcome. And I agree there's some toxic shit going down, but there's also some, cool stuff too, right? Yeah, I called them the back. I had like 30 people in my live, Blue, and I had Life Perplexed and Steph going at it. I had seriously, I had so many randoms. Hello Starlight and Nash 274 popped in, TNT popped in. They were all actually named in Drama Vaults. Well, Hello Starlight wasn't, but some of them were named in in Drama Vaults thing. So I guess that's probably why they came over to see what I had to say. I'll have to Google the Glenn Anderson thing later. And then I had I don't know if they're RDA or I think Helen Keller's RDA, right? He was in, and I just had all kinds of random. I can't even remember any of them. I'll have to watch the chat tonight when I get home because I missed most of it. But it was going off like a frog in a sock. Hey, Carolina. Yeah, so all these people whose names I know that have never been in my chat ever were popping in. I'm like, what the? It was cracking me up. But yeah, I did tell them that they were all batshit, and they didn't take offence. Oh God, I'm trying to remember who else came in, but like all these people that have never come into my chat ever. Hello, Starlight has. She and I met years ago, back when YouTube was a lot of fun. Oh, it's a frog in a sock, not a frog, but that works. Yeah, so Helen, I can't, I've got, because I was driving, right, and I couldn't really follow what was going on. Special Ed was hanging around, Ian Ellis, who pops in here anyway. So there are a few people that pop in here anyway, but because they were sort of here with a heap of other people, it was ridiculous. I had so much fun, though. So much fun. Yeah, well, Jamie, I mean, Hello Starlight and I, it was Christopher Watts that brought us all in together into YouTube, but it was back in the day where we all had a rollicking good time. Like even Starlight used to do these parodies of Molly Golightly that I thought were gold. Like it was a different era, you know. And look, but people change and communities change. I mean, YouTube's just a reflection of what happens in the real world, but with an element of shittery thrown in, right? But yeah, it was. It had it all, man. On my little drive into work, it's like this is novel. I tried to keep it as light and fluffy as I could, but there was clearly a bit of tension. Apparently, there was a shithead person in chat who Ruth was the only mod. She's just going, what the fuck? It's not the usual 12 people driving to work with Tori. But she said she only had to like block someone who had said something really inappropriate about Laura and her kids, and I was happy that she did that. But most of them, I mean, there was a bit of argy-bargy, but it was still fairly, you know, it was, hey, Gone Girl, I love you too. You missed a doozy this morning, Gone Girl. If you want to laugh, I don't know if the chat's up yet or not, but I hope it is. YouTube takes forever sometimes to put the chat up. But I missed so much of the chat. But I put Drama Vault in my thing because I read her post, and why I was saying here was only yesterday I did my shits tubes live where I was saying people need to stand up and speak up and make decisions that work for them, you know, and Drama Vault did that, you know, and Drama Vault was someone I subscribed to, obviously. I saw the community post, but as far as I'm aware, most clip channels just sort of clip stuff. I know you can gauge from some of them if they've got a bit of natural bias. There's always going to be a bit of natural bias, but some of them are blatantly biased. But it wasn't so much that I was endorsing her naming specific creators, because you could add another 50 people to that list, you know, like, and then if you ask someone on the other side, they would list a heap of new people too. So it wasn't so much about the people she'd named, which is why I didn't specifically name them either. But I just like that people are taking a stand if they, you know, they're just not, it's not that kind of, sorry, I can't read chat. Oh shit, now the phone's moved. I can't read chat at the moment either, Groovers. I'll try and, hopefully I'll get stuck in traffic. Once again, I'm wishing to be stuck in traffic. I desperately wanted to get stuck in traffic this morning so I could read my chat, because it was chaotic. It was hilarious. And all these randoms, I was like, g'day, how you doing? A few of them said they subscribe, but I reckon they'll get pretty bored pretty quickly with me, because most of you know I really just like to provide a living room or a dining room where we can all just hang out and chat, but they'll probably find me incredibly dull. But God, it was hilarious. And then I had to sort of get my brain into like work mode, and I was like, this is cool. The gathering. And I tried to get everyone to pass a peace pipe around. I did give a little request to stop the ageist comments, you know, like stop call. Oh, Mr. Cardinal, he's never visited me before. He asked me to say hello to Thingamajig, so I'm just saying it now in case I forget. But I did ask for the ageism to stop, but whether it does or not, I don't know. But I said I don't like you calling everyone over 34 an old bag, you know, like. Can we? Yeah, I can't wait to watch it either, Blue. Honestly, you would have pissed your pants. It was hilarious. You would have been in your element, Blue. I wish I could think of, I mean, Heimdall's Cooter, who's now dropped the Cooter. So then I talked about being an OG Cooter and how some people came along and wrecked the Cooter name, not Heimdall's or Heimdall, I don't know how you pronounce it, not that Cooter, but other Cooters. I did see a very nasty Cooter floating around, and I was thinking, that's a really gutless thing to do, because, it, you know, the person they left the really shitty comment for might think it was one of the OG cooters. Like, why would you deliberately choose to kind of set up people? Like, that's shitty behaviour. But anyway, hopefully that creator knows better. And thank fuck whoever it is, their spelling is American. So hopefully they won't think it's me because they know I put a lot of U's in my words. But I still thought that's a really shitty thing to do. If you feel that strongly about something, then grow some balls and speak under your actual name. Oh, Carolina, you have to. Laura came in first. I mean, there were a few people already in there. Then Laura arrived, and I can't even remember what we were chatting. Oh, we were just chatting about how refreshing it is when. Well, I thought it was like really refreshing when her son ran out of the house and had the bra hanging off the back of his shorts. It was so nice just to hear her natural laughter and having fun with something, you know. And then Steph arrived, and I think the pair of them had a bit of argy-bargy going on. And then I think Laura blocked Steph. I did read a comment somewhere along the way. Well, good on her, you know, that's what the block button's for. And then a whole smattering of people. Like Ash274 has never come to my channel before. At least I don't think she's never chatted. And then there were people like Zero Filter Jules that came along who I have chatted to away from Laura's channel, like in other chats and stuff. TNT cruised in. Hello Starlight dropped in. And then I think I had a few RDA lads. I don't even know. I mean, I know their names. Mr. Cardinal. I was like, where have you come from? It was hilarious. Is it Laura's fault? Well, I mean, she might be the reason they all arrived, but it might be because I put Drama Vault in the header and to literally just say good on you for realising it's messing with your head and deciding to leave. You know, like it was more because she sort of, I actually don't know if Drama Vault's male or female, but they you know, they spoke up and said, and that was what my live was about yesterday, was speak up, you know. And good on him or her for saying, or them or there, for saying, this is messing with my head, I'm out of here. Good on him. No, I didn't clickbait because I did want to congratulate Drama Vault for several things. I mean, one comment that Drama Vault made, which I thought was pretty valid, you know, some of the behaviour that's going on YouTube, I've often thought someone's going to end up taking their own life because of being, you know, endlessly. Hey, Mel Barrow witnessed it. Hey, Special Ed. I won't be able to read chat at the moment because obviously I'm doing 110 Ks on a freeway. But Mum, drive safely. Thanks, Special Ed. You read my mind. But I would like to read that ridiculously long comment. Oh, yeah, no, I know you were joking, but what I was going to say, I didn't actually make a point that I did want to make. Oh, well, I made it really briefly this morning that Drama Vault made. And I was like, that's actually quite a good point. You do sometimes think that, you know, people pick on the wrong personality. They could actually, someone could end their life or self-harm or, you know, do something terrible. And Drama Vault just said, you know, have you noticed how many people are missing from chats? And it's true. Like, there's so many chats now that you're like, whatever happened to so-and-so and so-and-so? Now, I've got a theory. I think a lot of them are still around, but they're just not using those names anymore. Like, they've kind of gone a bit incognito with an alt account possibly. But it is still a valid point. You wouldn't know, would you? Like, if somebody was driven to doing something terrible to themselves, they would simply disappear from, oh, you bastard, this guy behind me. I was indicating to overtake this slow-moving vehicle, and he didn't follow the rules of Tassie. First car goes first. But anyway. So, yeah, I thought it was a valid point. You know, there's a lot of people that just sort of vanish. I mean, I think a lot of people just get over it. They move on. They're not in lockdown anymore. Oh, but speaking of that, guys, as you know, I've been in South Australia for a week. Tassie today closed the borders to SA. How good's my fucking timing? Hey, hey. But on top of that, I'm now required to wear a mask for 14 days and no social gatherings. So I can't go to my friend's 50th on the weekend. And that's a sad tale of woe. I'll fill you in on that. But also, if you've been in a hotspot in South Australia, you have to self-isolate and contact the authorities, TasHealth. I haven't been in any declared hotspots yet, but the list is getting bigger by the minute. But I haven't been ordered to self-isolate, but it's been thoroughly recommended that anyone that's been in South Australia self-isolates as much as possible. So how's my timing, guys? I could have ended up living in Adelaide forever. Yeah, I can. It's recommended we work from home. And in fact, the building where I work, there's about 50 people that work in the building. So, and a couple of them are actually quite severely compromised. Like one of them's actually had a lung transplant. So she's got, it's cystic fibrosis is the breathing one, right? So it's quite risky for me. I mean, look, I'm 99.99% sure I don't have it because I haven't been to any hotspots, and the closest hotspot that's on the list, which was literally a restaurant in the Adelaide CBD, but nowhere near where I was, like literally over on the other side of the town. But that was after I'd left, like that was Saturday night, and I flew out of South Australia at 5 o'clock on Saturday. So I'm pretty sure I haven't got it, but I still would hate it if I did have it and I took it into a place where we've got severely immunocompromised colleagues. So the girls did say to me, even though I was at the office today, I'm in a little office on my own, and I didn't mingle with anyone. I mean, it was only this afternoon that Tassie closed the borders to South Australia, but they did ask me if I would consider working from home tomorrow, and just it gives me a few more days in case suddenly, a symptom manifests, and they're happy for me to go back next week, but I will have to wear a mask for another week. So, like, I've got to wear it for 14 days from when I arrived here on Saturday. So, 2 more Saturdays before I can stop wearing it. Which is so weird. It's like wearing a scarlet letter because we don't wear masks here unless we're travelling. Sorry, I'm not reading chat at the moment, Groovers, but that new roundabout, there's no getting stuck in traffic, but there might be a slow crawl coming up. So, yeah, we're going to be like bloody, it's like the scarlet letter because the only place, I mean, obviously people in hospitals wear masks, but they've always worn masks, but the only places where the public have had to wear masks since COVID happened, apart from a brief time when we had a cluster up in the northwest, is in airports. So whenever I go out in my mask, people are going to be like, oh, my God, she's been in Melbourne or Adelaide. Get away from that dirty bitch. Yeah, I'm not a fan of them either. I found it really. Look, to be honest though, flying home after wearing it for one trip, like for the trip over, it was much easier coming back. It's amazing how quickly we adapt to stuff. But I did also someone in my chat actually one day said put some essential oils on the filter. It helps with breathing, and I did. Weirdly, I didn't take any essential oils with me to Adelaide, but I caught up with a friend of mine for dinner one night, and she gave me some essential oils. So I put that on, and the other thing was I always travel with mints, but because I was in the front row on the Shitstar, don't worry, it wasn't business. It was, it's just the front row of economy, but you have to put your handbag up for takeoff and landing. So this time around on the flight back, I remembered to just put some mints in my back pocket so I didn't have to wait because, mints help too. But Jesus Christ, what a scarlet letter I'm going to be wearing. Everyone's going to be like, you're compromising our state. How dare... I'll get abused probably. We'll see. I can't take myself to a large crowd of people to film reactions and the like, but it'll be interesting to see if anyone abuses me. And I'll probably be like, well, you didn't scan your QR code walking into Coles either, so fuck you, motherfucker. Well, that's a good way to get out of wearing a mask, but you permanently have a mask with your oxygen, or not, Tassie's blocked the borders and only essential travellers are allowed back if they're Tasmanian residents, and lawyers last year were considered essential workers, but this year they're only considered essential if they have a wills, client with wills, and they've got to get their clients to sign the documents in front of them. That's the only time lawyers are now considered essential. So, which is sadly kind of essential with COVID, that people can get their wills done. I think Mel is, but Mel's got a great sense of humour, so I don't think she'll be offended, Blue. But if she is, there'll be more drama in my life coming home than this morning with the cacophony of randoms from all over YouTube. Mel Barrow, tell Blue how crazy it was. It was hilarious. My chat was lit, guys. But no, Mel Barrow's gorgeous and can laugh at herself, so I don't think she'll take offence. She'll probably laugh at you constantly apologising, I hope. So, I've emailed my boss and just said, would it be okay if I work from home tomorrow, which he's not a fan of, but they were all in lockdown. Just because the girls in the building were like, we know that you're fine, but could you just maybe work from home tomorrow now that the government has suggested that you do, and see what happens. Like, if South Australia's numbers don't increase and hotspots don't increase, he might reverse the wear a mask for 2 weeks thing. Told you, Blue. Mel's awesome. She's another one of my OGs. Well, you are too, really, Blue. He's been around for a long... Oh, I just dropped the lid of my water bottle. Oh, I'll have to pick it up when I get home. I just don't want to break it because it's one of my Soda Stream bottles. No, it was this morning, Mel. It was last night for you. It was the start of my day today. It was fucking 7:30 in the morning, and I had like stoushing. And I was like, let them do it. They might reach a bit of a truce. No, well, truce was optimistic, but it wasn't as heated, I don't think, as it could have got. I don't know. I'll read the chat when I get home. It might have been. But it was sure as shit was funny from my point of view. It was quite the live. So yeah, I'm waiting to hear from my boss. Hopefully he's okay with it. And yeah, the girls at work said they'll be fine with me being in there next week. They just want me to be a bit precautionary, just in case, there's another hotspot announced, and it's fair enough. And working from home, I tend to do more hours of work anyway, so my boss will probably get, at least an hour and a half of billable work out of me tomorrow that I'm not on the road. I don't have any client appointments. I did have a face-to-face meeting tomorrow, but I had to, we've converted that over to a Zoom meeting because I'm not meant to go frolicking. I'm the best educator. Look, I didn't actually get strict with them. To be honest, I kind of want to do a live from home one night or morning or whatever, maybe on Thursday on my day off. And hopefully they'll all come back and we can have a good chat because I'm happy to be a mediator. I did want to ask Steph if it's exhausting being sort of, on a lot of different panels, but also panels that have been quite scathing. I know that she seems to be having a good time doing it. Maybe it doesn't, but I was curious. And it wasn't a criticism, like, people can do whatever the fuck they want. But I am curious. I've never had an opportunity to ask someone who goes on a lot of panels if it exhausts them or if it becomes like an addiction and they can't get enough of it. I was sort of curious to see what she said about that, but I didn't ask her. Yeah, my morning is your night, Mel, and you're probably getting up and making a cup of tea, and I'm heading home to have meatballs. You should dream about them. They're beautiful. They're not a great... I was going to take some down to my friend Scott. You see him. All these people I've contacted since... Well, I did self-isolate for the day when I got home, just as a precautionary thing. But I was going to take him down some, but you've got to reheat them on very low temperature. Like, you can't turn up the heat too much because it will curdle the yogurt sauce. And then not the crispy cumin seeds in butter with the garlic, when you pour that over that creamy yogurty sauce, it sort of cuts through it and gives it, that kind of yummy flavour, but it's sort of essential. So, I said to him it would have been an absolute pain because he would have got these instructions like heat on a very low temperature and then whip up this butter. And so, yeah, they're not a great care package dish. But I'm going to be having them for dinner again tonight. I had them three nights in a row now, but they're yum. Tonight will be the last night, though, and they don't freeze well, so the rest will go over the deck and the possums can eat it. They can have my bowls. But, yeah, I sort of want to pick people's brains and not in a judgmental way, in a curiosity sort of way, and just say, how do you feel when you get off these lives and, do you want to go live and teach people how to crochet a beanie or something? Are you craving a bit of variety in what you're up to? So I might try and schedule a live and I'll say, batshits, come hither and we'll see who arrives. Because I called everyone in the chat this morning. I said, you're all batshit crazy. But I didn't take sides. Everyone on YouTube's big enough to stick up for themselves. But it was funny. It was like a roll call of all these names I kept hearing. Oh, they talked about Joey Wilson was in the chat. They talked about Natasha Cooper. So, like, all these people that I keep hearing about, but I don't know much about, were being discussed. It's freaking exhausting, Blue. Like, that's why I want to know, because it's not just the young folk that can do these 6-hour streams. You know, there's plenty of people that are around my age or even older that can harp on for hours. But you feel like you've run a marathon. Well, I do. And that's just from having like a light-hearted live. God, like the live when I was cooking the other night got really, some of the topics that Special Ed, who's now disappeared, brought up while I'm cooking. I'm like, dude, they were heavy topics. And I'm up for discussing heavy topics, but not on traces of nuts. You know, I've got to steer people away from the serious shit or, you know, the bagging YouTubers shit. Like, I want to keep this channel lighthearted. We can talk some heavy stuff over on Smooth Criminal. Exhausting. I love it, but it's pretty full on. And then the cleanup afterwards is full on as well. And then to throw in some pretty heavy subjects into the mix. So, yeah, I've got to be a bit stricter and go, nah, not this time, not this live. I'll schedule a live on Smooth Criminal and we can talk about heavy topics. And look, I'll be honest, I don't watch the bitchy channels. Well, you guys know that anyway, because it does actually affect me. But also, I don't have such strong feelings about people on YouTube, either positive or negative. So it's not like I'm like, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, if somebody's having fun on a live and taking the piss in a good, light-hearted sort of way, that's one thing. But just, you know, going live to be scathing and rip someone to shreds over and over, that stuff, nah. But the problem is, I think a lot of these people have actually got good senses of humour and they should be channeling them and try to be a bit more take the piss and less rip to shreds. The problem is that hundreds of people on YouTube like to tune into the rip to shreds stuff, rip stuff to shreds stuff, which I don't. But yeah, I want traces of nuts. Like, we can be a bit silly. If there's something going on that I want to talk about, as I've seen on YouTube, and that sort of technically is a heavier topic, I can still do that on here, but have a bit of fun. Oops, sorry. Bit of fun with it, but it's not really the platform for, you know, solving world problems. And I do that kind of stuff in my job. Like, I'm happy to do it on YouTube, but I think the Smooth Criminal podcast channel might be a better platform for it. Or I'll open another channel that'll just be for discussing heavy shit. But a bit of fun mediating like this morning on this channel is great. I don't think I'll make a difference. I don't think anyone will be like, actually, that's a good point, Tori. But if they did stop the ages stuff, I'd be like, yay, because I don't like that stuff. I think I'm quite groovy for my age. Yeah, you're right, Blue. I like the vibe. I want us to chill a bit, you know, like if someone's on my panel and they've got things they need to say, I'm happy to provide a platform, but I might put them over on, I'll say, look, you've got shit you want to talk about, that's cool. Let's go over to a different channel of mine and, you know, shoot the shit over there. Hey, what's happened to Shoot the Shit? Do they still do stuff? They used to crack me up, that pair. Where are they? I haven't seen anything in my notifications from them for a long time. Are they still around? Danny, do you know where the shit have gone? Are they still shooting the shit? Or did they leave? Are they having a break? I think Sunny will be happy when I get home because she saw me wheeling my little suitcase out this morning, and I've got a horrible feeling of her might have been like, no, she's going away again, and I'm all on my own. But if I work from home tomorrow, if my boss okays it, she'll be over the moon. I think I am just going home. I wanted to get my boss's permission, but I think because the girls in the building where I work have actually asked me to, just to be careful, out of caution, I think I should. No idea where they are. Yeah, I think breaks are good. And your body and your brain tells you when you need a break from YouTube. That's why I sort of wanted to say to Steph, how's your staying power? Like, are you planning on keeping up this sort of momentum and effort? Because irrespective of what she's talking about, you've got to respect her stamina and persistence. When I was her age, my stamina and persistence was channeled into going to raves that went for 5 days in abandoned warehouses and then 3 days of recovery. That's where my stamina was channeled. Or swatting for exams the night before I had to sit 3 exams and then managing to pass them all. That's where my stamina was channeled. Although that was in my 20s. Yeah, I think it's like doing comedy when people start clapping at your jokes and laughing and woohoo, all that sort of stuff. It fuels a lot of adrenaline. And YouTube's the same, I guess. I got adrenaline out of my life this morning because it was just people just kept rolling in, and I was like, oh my god, you're here too. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. So I would like to thank everyone again who dropped in this morning. You gave me a bit of a thrill. I was in stitches. I arrived at work with a huge smile on my face. I couldn't stop laughing. I was just bummed I couldn't read the comments because chat was flying. And it was flying with like 30 people in it. You realise it doesn't take that many to. I mean, sometimes with you guys, there'll be 12 of you and chat flies because you're all being super chatty. But yeah, this morning it was out of control. Carolina, do you watch Susan Barnes? She does a lot of police interrogation stuff, and I find her sense of humour so warped and funny. I haven't watched her for ages, but one day I went in and she was working somewhere, and oh my god, I nearly wet my pants. She was live while she was like working in a sort of looked like a little kiosk. She was hilarious. But she does a lot of interrogations, sorry. It's BAHN, Susan Barnes. But her humour is so left field and very funny. I find it very funny. And she engages with her chat. And she's got about 37,000 subs. And she does a lot of drawing, and she's got more props than I've ever seen in my life. She's got a prop for everything. She's got a cat that she engages with a lot, which is quite funny as well. But yeah, she does a lot of interrogations, and her commentary during the Chris Watts interrogations is gold because she thinks he's a fucking pinhead like most people do. Her commentary is gold. Hey, another person I haven't watched for ages who used to crack me up a lot too is Kimberly. She, the descriptions she used to come up with for Chris Watts were brilliant. Pinhead, and I always said his head looked like a squash football or a peanut, a light bulb. But yeah, Kimberly, she's really funny too and very dry. But I haven't seen anything of hers in ages. And then there's the author that Critical K's had on her channel, Kathleen Houston, I think her name is. It's literally Kimberly. It's Kimberley. And if you type in the search bar Kimberly Chris Watts and then filter it to a channel, hopefully she'll come up. But she's the one, Kimberly's the one who worked out that Sherilyn Cadle had plagiarised another writer. It was Kimberly who brought that to the attention of the YouTube world, but she's funny as fuck. She's so dry as well. But I don't think Kathleen Houston's got a channel. But if she's ever on a panel, like I'll even watch her if she's on Critical K because she's fucking hilarious. She's the most sarcastic woman in America. She's fucking brilliant. Funny as fuck. And she's writing a book about the forensics that can be found in Chris and Shanann's finances. But yeah, she's really, really funny. Panel of a host that you're not that into, it's still worth watching because, and she does actually banter with Critical K. Like Critical K is smart enough to do some pretty good banter with her. But yeah, she's drop dead hilarious, this Kathleen Houston. So if you ever see her popping up somewhere, tune in. She's gold. She's gold. Funny as fuck. Funny is imperial or imperative? But I agree, it is imperial. If you can find a true crimer who's funny as well. I'm going to start doing, hopefully I'll be funny again. I'm going to be doing my Smooth Criminal podcast, but I'm going to be doing lives on YouTube and then converting them to an MP3 and uploading them to the podcasting platform. And I'm really excited about it. So I reckon it'll be quite fun. And I don't think there's many podcasts out there that do that. So it'll be a bit kooky, hopefully. So I'll be starting them up fairly soon. So keep an eye out on the Smooth Criminal podcast channel. I'm home, Groovers. I'm just going to reverse into my driveway. Hopefully at this point in time, Sonny's like, yay, Mum's home. I left the radio on for her and a light on, so she shouldn't be feeling too abandoned. All right, groupers. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. And yeah, if you want to laugh, hopefully the chat will be up on the live from this morning. I can't wait to watch it. It was hilarious. I want to do another live like it soon. Like honestly, it was really good fun. I hope. I mean, I'm pretty sure some shit was going down in chat, but I don't think it was anything too bad. Ruth is still probably a bit bruised from it all because she was the only mod around. But yeah, go and have a watch. And hey, Joey, no, I've just got home, mate. Was just saying Joey survived it. She's still floating around, but No, I'm hoping that the chat will be up now so I can hey Mel Mel. Oh my god, Mel Mel, my live this morning. Yeah, it was weird. That's a good word for it, Joey. Oh, Mel Mel. Shit. Yeah, I've just got home. I'm gonna go in. I've got to wear a mask for the next 14 days because Tasmania's closed its border to South Australia. And anyone who was oh Mel Mel, did you pop in this morning? You did, didn't you? Did you catch a bit of my crazy live this morning? Yeah, I don't think she was. Yeah, well, no, I was. Yeah, I don't think she was. But there were people saying hi to people in chat, and I couldn't keep up. They might have been saying hi to Mel Barrow because she was. But Mel, seriously, you've got. Hopefully the chat's up because I want to go back and because I missed so much of it. Yeah, well, yeah, except for when Mel was doing school runs. Um, but Mel, I had like about 10 people watching, and then Laura arrived, and then along came Steph, and they were fighting, and Laura blocked her. And then all these people started arriving. I had like Ash274 and Hello Starlight and TNT, and then all these, I think, RDA dudes and Mr. Cardinal and Hartley. Yeah, Hartley dropped in. It was hilarious. I know, Mel, like, and I couldn't read the chat because I was driving to work. I was talking about Drama Vault leaving YouTube because she's sick, or he, or I don't know, them there was sick of the toxicity. And so that inspired me to talk about, people do need to bail when they know it's starting to mess with their heads, and it's good to have a break and everything else. Why are you saying, oh my God, Blue, because Hartley dropped in? Joey will probably remember more because Joey would have been reading chat, whereas I missed. I do remember saying hi to Hartley and telling Hartley I love their shit. It was insane. I couldn't. I nearly ran off the road. I think because I put Drama Vault, and then I reckon one of them might have just tuned in to see, because Drama Vault did actually name a few creators, and I didn't go live to name and shame those creators because I think you could add another 50 names to that. Ian Ellis was here this morning, but you had an extra bit on your name, Ian. Shalom. It was Ian Ellis, LLC, and something else. You can't see the live, Mel Barry? I hope it hasn't been struck. I need to get into Sunny. It's the first day I've gone to work, and she saw me leaving with a suitcase, and I'm worried that she's had a stressful day thinking I've abandoned her again. Um, I don't want to go because I love all of you guys, but my little baby, I want to go and reassure her that I haven't abandoned her. And now because of these new restrictions, you can't find it either. It's called Here Drama Vault. It was up today. It just didn't have the chat. You can see Shit's Tubes. That was the one I did yesterday. Not up? Fuck a doodle do. All right, look, I'll go and see what's going on. I can't check there while I'm live. I want to go in and give my Moogie some love and attention. Yeah, go feed the kids. Um, I wonder where it's gone. I'll let you guys know. I'll go live if I have to and explain what's happened. Okay, Joey's gonna look. I'll hang on for one more minute, but then I really want to go in and see my baby girl. Like I'm sitting in the driveway and she's just up in the house going, Mama, is that you? I wonder why it's not there. That doesn't make sense to me. It was there today. It's not there? Okay. Fuck. I hope someone hasn't struck me or struck that video. That'd suck. That'll be my second strike. I'll challenge it. I will have a look. But I'm going to go and see my baby girl, and thank you guys for hanging out, and thanks to everyone who popped in. Oh, look, Mel's just dropped a link. I'll just unpack my car. It should be fucking trending on YouTube. It was ridiculous. Those of you who witnessed it can vouch. It was putting my lights on so I can see where the fuck I'm going. The house lights. The live Mel's found it. There you go, everyone. Enjoy. If the chat isn't still up, wait till it is, because it will add. And I just can't wait to see what wackadoo shit went down. Good old Mel found it. Okay. Oh, fuck, I've got my whole office in my car. Right. I need 2 hands, so I'm going to end this. 179. Well, that's pretty low considering what happened. Maybe it wasn't that dramatic. I don't know. It was funny. It just made me laugh. I couldn't believe it. People just kept rolling on in, and I'm like, are you shitting me? You're here too. Oh, now my light's still on. Huh? It's fucking freezing, and I'm leaving my coat in the car. It's one of those things to carry. There's only 2 of you now, so I'm bailing too. The chat isn't up yet. Bugger. Well, hopefully it'll be up tomorrow. But until next time, Groovers, I'm going to go. I want to go see my bubba. I love you heaps, and thanks for dropping in tonight. Everyone keeping me company driving home. And thanks again to everyone this morning. You made the start of my day very funny. And a lot of other people too. Yeah, bring back Mod Boss. All right, Groovers, I'm out of here. Love you heaps. Stay groovy.